Today I'm going to talk about something near and dear to my heart, and that is journaling. So let me get my backpack. In this backpack, I have some of the best technology, but there's one thing in this bag that I appreciate above all others, and that is this guy right here. This is a Lochby notebook. Let's get rid of the bag. Actually, this is not a notebook. This is a container. It contains the 3x5 size notebooks that I carry. I carry two. That's why I wanted something like this. I didn't want something that was permanently attached to an outside container. I always carry two. There's one for writing. This is lined. As a designer, I've always used dotted paper to sketch out ideas and things, but for writing, I find lined to be quite useful. Go figure. With sketches, what I'm trying to do is practice line art. This particular book is pretty empty, and that is because I just refilled it. So this is a field notes box I got. I'm actually not using field notes right now, but instead of going with field notes now, I have moved to these moleskin or moleskine. I actually have no idea how to say this word. I actually did a poll online and nobody else knows how to say it either. So it's, I guess, who taught you? Let me know how to say it. I think moleskin sounds weird, so I have always said moleskine or moleskine. The kind of notebook I've gotten that I really like is called, I think the pronunciation is actually Kaye or Kayi. It looks like cashier without the S. So these are the notebooks I've landed on. I actually like this paper a lot. As much as I want this to be a daily carry, this doesn't fit in a pocket, and I don't carry it with me everywhere I go. I do, however, use it in conjunction with a tool on my phone and my iPad called Day One. And I believe Day One is available on Android and your computer and everything else. So I'm going to get into why I even wanted to use this in the first place. The reason that I wanted to do this was, there was a couple of reasons actually. One, I do like journaling, but I've been tied to screens for a very long time now, and I wanted to slow down from that. I wanted to get more intentional. That was the desire of this whole thing. It is a hard habit to keep. I do journal every single day using Day One, but writing in these notebooks has been a little bit more of a challenge because I kind of have to carve out time in my day to do it. And that's the whole point of the exercise. So it's one of those things that I do want to get better at, because I believe that every time I do use this notebook and every time I sit down in the morning, I make a cup of coffee, I sit at the table and I actually write down my thoughts and ideas. I feel like I am 1,000 times more productive when I do it that way. Something else about journaling in general that I have to get this out there is even ideas or thoughts that are very personal to me. Maybe I'm being a little hard on myself. Maybe I'm regretting something I did. These thoughts, they form in my mind. I think about what I want to do about it or whatever, and they don't actually go anywhere. But when you write it down, when you write these ideas you have down, when you explore your mind with your writing, what comes from that is fascinating. It's really fascinating, and I would recommend it to anybody, because no matter how much of a thinker you are, no matter how much introspection you're capable of doing, if you don't tell someone else out loud and form the thought out of your brain, if you don't write it down and get it out of your head, it's not fully formed. Your idea is still stuck. Some other things I'm trying to do is get better at sketching. Now, I'm not saying I'm good at sketching. In fact, I'm not good at sketching, but I want to get better at it, and the only way to get better is to practice. A lot of what I've been doing is taking photos that I've taken and then finding an element in the photo and trying to recreate it. I'm starting to understand shading a little better. One of the things that's really coming into light is, like, when I draw, I actually have stroke angles for my arm and my pattern of movement that are better than others. These are things I'm learning as I draw. I try to do some fantastical stuff. I try to do some of my photography. These are photos that I've taken where I'm just trying to recreate the buildings, trying to practice 3 dimensions, things like that. So this is a big part of what I've been doing with these notebooks. As for what I write down, it's literally anything. I mean, literally anything. You sit down, you begin to write, and then whatever just comes out of you is what you write. You just, you know, put it on paper and write it out. I try not to keep a task list confused with this. I don't use it for tasks. I do mostly just use it to get the thought out of my head. Some of the pens and other little things I'll get into now. So this ATech pen, I actually can't remember when I got it. It's got this little phone holder in it, so you can actually set any, you know, mobile phone in here. So this is just a phone stand as I travel. It does have some measurements on it, so it has centimeters and inches if I want to measure very small things, obviously. This end pulls out and there is a nub for touchscreen devices. But yeah, this is a nice little tool to have. This Lochby folder, you know, I don't know what to call it. It's a containing folder. Has been very durable. I like this canvas a lot. I do like that it has a zipper. I love that. That's essentially why I bought it. If it didn't have the zipper, I don't even know if I'd care. I also have a mechanical pencil in here. I got this Micron felt tip or soft tip marker. This is my, you know, line art kind of stuff. And then I have this little tiny USB cable. And this cable is both power and 10 gigabit per second speed, so I can use this with an SSD with my phone or iPad. I can plug in my phone if somebody has a charger. It's just nice to have little cable, and I just carry it with me. As I said in the beginning, I've not been good about carrying this every single day because I don't take a bag with me every single day. That's really been the issue. I try to use it when I can. I encourage you to try it yourself. You don't have to use this brand of anything. None of these things are about the brand. You can use any notebook, any pen, but yeah, I would highly encourage you to try it because it is quite a journey inside. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.